I'll be honest with you. I hate these days.
Yeah.
You know, I do. They suck. I mean, it's a horrible situation. You got, well, total of 17, 2 dead, 14 injured, 3 adults, 14 kids, 3 adults, and a wackadoo. I am reading some of this stuff, man. Wow, if this is indeed whatever this person is, and again, I don't like to use their names, just an absolute nut job. Why don't they ever take themselves out first and then try that on, see how that goes?
That's my biggest question.
You know, you're angry at the world. Okay, what these kids do to you?
Yeah.
What exactly they do to you? What did this 8-year-old and 10-year-old little kid do to you that caused your life so much pain? Just insane.
It's just evil, man.
It is.
It's evil.
It is an absolute. It is. It is crazy. And yet not only have you destroyed other people's lives, you've killed people, you've put people in who knows what position in the recovery that they're going to have. Top of that, now your family has to deal with umpteen questions and answers they'll never be able to answer, even if they have this, because they probably didn't know. He thought he had cancer, lung cancer, because he's been vaping for a little bit, and he was past go. He couldn't be stopped.
Good grief.
He's been vaping for a few years, and he's pretty sure he's got lung cancer. Didn't want to die in the bed, rotting away at a hospital.
So I figured I'd go out and kill a bunch of other people.
Yes, because apparently those little kids made you vape. They're persuasive. I don't get the take a whole bunch of people with you. Like, if you're in a war, okay, I get that. They're coming for you. You're coming for them. You kind of get the way this goes. Going out in the blaze of glory. This is not that. This is cowardly, to say the least. And again, and I was telling Bell, too, this is the other thing. Because Bell tweeted something because he's a stirrer of stuff. You are a stirrer, dude.
Well, it just goes to what you're probably about to talk about, where there's all these assumptions that have no facts to go with.
No. Everybody wants to be like the rightest of rights. I got to be right. I got to be the first one. So you go on and
what I tweeted out was that the shooter was a trans-Islamic Albanian conservative, which is ridiculous. And so are all the other assumptions about this.
But you hit all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because so can I go on there? And I'm telling Bell, the first one is this person. The second one is a guy that's from Somalia that used to be a pirate but now lives in Minnesota. The third one is a gangbanger. The fourth one is some guy from the former Soviet Union that was supposedly an altar boy at the church. And it's so amazing because everybody's like, oh, that person should go to hell. That person's evil. And I'm like, you're putting people's pictures up. You have no idea who's done anything. Because this want to be first, not be right, not know anything. Because the clicks, the likes, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
And it's sad. It is absolutely sad. And the hell is going on in society? How are we not getting to some of these people just a smidge earlier? You didn't know, Mom and Dad? Your friends didn't know? Because in your little thingy, if this is your stuff, you got a lot of friends. Nobody knew? It's just siblings, mom, dad. Did say that to my siblings, I am sorry forever tainting the rest of your lives. Your careers, lives, and relationships will all be turned upside down. Please hold on to who you are, not who I am. Change your names if you must.
Yeah, you guys go through all that trouble, but don't expect me to do something different.
Because you got cancer. Or don't. Just insane. And again, this is if, but there is a lot of stuff out there that is that person. And how do you get to that point? And again, how do you get to that point where you have to take it out on the world and the innocent? It's vile. It is. It's vile and disgusting and evil, but there's no doubt mental illness plays a huge role in this. Once again, how'd you get so many guns? You weren't 50 and had guns for 30 years. You're 21 or 22. Just a horrific thing, you know?
It's another instance of somebody wanting to hurt other people so that they have their name written in infamy.
Yeah.
So that they have a certain amount of immortality via their death.
And then maybe somebody can ask, I wonder what was wrong with so-and-so, that he felt or she felt or they, them felt so bad that they had to go out and do this. I wonder what happened in society. And again, if this is indeed the person's, and it looks like, I mean, it's somebody's and it's from that video, but I don't know if it is or not. Says in there at the bottom, PPS, I wouldn't recommend you read any of my journals unless you really want to. You've been warned. Disgusting, no doubt. And then it becomes political because that's all it takes is 2 seconds for somebody to come out and go, we should get rid of every bullet and gun in America. Well, it's not going to happen. Why is that the answer? And look, we got way too many guns that are unaccounted for and way too many wackadoos who can get a hold of it. But that genie's out of the bottle, so that ain't going to happen. It's easier to find the wackadoos than it is to try to get every gun that's out there. No doubt about that. Mayor Frey.
Think of this as if it were your own. Every one of us needs to be wrapping our arms around these families, giving them every ounce that we can muster. These were Minneapolis families. These were American families. And the amount of pain that they are suffering right now is extraordinary. And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. They should be playing on the playground.
And they're never going to get a chance, 2 of them at least, ever again, because somebody decided to take their anger and hatred of the world for them being born. It's what it is. It's a revenge to the world on whatever crap that you think you need to get revenge on because God or whoever didn't give you all the things you dreamed of, needed, and wanted, and now you must make everybody else suffer for that. Everyone else. And like I said, I'm not using the name. This is what we're being told. It's kind of everywhere now that this is the person, but they're not announcing it. But this would be a big swing and a miss by a lot of people I trust if this was not the person. Don't you think, Ken? Because there's a lot of this everywhere.
Yeah, there's it's all over social media.
Yeah. So, and again, the writings are nutty. And another Catholic school, too. Thus, you got to ask the question, did he go there? Did something happen when he was there? But let's just say something. Let's just say something horrible happened when he was younger and he went there. It gives you no right to kill other people who've done nothing to you. Okay, this wasn't some revenge tour because maybe something happened to you way back in the day. You're pissed and angry at the world. Why? Because potentially you were assigned something that was the wrong thing at birth? That's for the gender people out there. Is that it? Again, the bizarre situation of this turning the gun. Turn it on yourself, right? Then everybody can sit around the house, and instead of hating your guts and you making your family's life a living hell, turn it on yourself, and then everybody could go, what could we have done different? Now they've got to answer questions, and like you said in your little manifesto there, their lives are turned upside down.
And clearly that person was okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ruin your life, I know, but hey, too bad.
Yeah, sorry about that, because he supposedly has cancer, which, that was...
Which would have been a self-imposed sentence anyway.
Yes, totally. Just insane. It is. Whatever happened to Crazy? Chris Rock was right. Whatever happened to Crazy? Well, the problem is Crazy's got access to too much, and Crazy seems to be on every corner. Why is that?
And they don't seem to be getting any help.
They don't. And this, it's when you walk by somebody on the street, somebody's homeless, somebody's talking themselves. Those people, can they wig out? Yeah. Do I worry about one of them picking up a gun and doing something? No. But do I worry about them doing something crazy where they hurt themselves, somebody else? Yeah. This person here has all the access by all accounts to probably find the help they needed. And that's it. So, said he had a twisted mind and he wanted to fulfill a final act that's been in the back of his head for years. That's just, he wanted to escape the world, escape from the constant bills, the blankety jobs, the blankety people, and the injustice of America. Blame you. Oh, we're blaming you because the actions were your own. Little kids going to school, going to mass on a Wednesday, first week of school. Just diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. So we're going to have more about this throughout the day. We're not going to just touch on this. We got some other stuff as well, but, this will be coming in and out. What we do know is, as far as we can tell, and again, these things they change so fast. This is a doctor at one of the hospitals talking about who came into said hospital that they were at.
We received a total of 11 patients from this incident. 2 of them were adult patients, 9 pediatric patients. 4 of them required the operating room. And up to this point in time, there have been no fatalities related to any of those patients that were brought to our organization.
So what we know is 2 children have passed, 14 children and 3 adults injured, total of 17 that are still alive and 2 that are dead, and the shooter as well, which I don't count because that's just an awful person and should have done that first before he did anything else. All right, coming up, we got some other stuff today we're going to talk about. Let us know what you think about this. The politics has already began and, right on cue. They don't even wait anymore, which is also sickening. Indeed. Talk a little bit about that as well. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Grab a funner podcast, though. We'll try to do something funner, so you grab that portion of the podcast later. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. That is so funny. At least there's some funny there. If you guys want some funny here, what was the old saying? A grand jury, they can indict a hand sandwich. Apparently not one you throw at a cop.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. We need a little humor there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was that dude who threw the foot long.
Did you see the way he was running?
Yeah, that was so...
Who is this guy?
He was running like he had flippers on.
Yes.
Like when people try to walk when they have like scuba flippers on.
Yes.
I was like, what is he doing? Because the cops didn't even run that fast. They're just kind of slowly sauntered over to him.
Yeah.
And then they took him down. So that is I saw that today. That I'm like, well, they're struggling to get even. This is the thing too. Everybody is. Go after them, get these people. That's great. But when you swing and miss a whole bunch, also not a good look. And it's a grand jury. If you know anything about a grand jury, you present evidence. There's no cross-examination. And they decide, yeah. And the old joke was you can indict a ham sandwich, but apparently not a foot long.
Yeah, in a grand jury, there's no defense attorney there, trying to dispute anything. The premise is, look at this evidence. Is this enough to indict this person?
Yeah, a
and they say
preponderance
yes or
of
no.
evidence says that this person here needs to be indicted because they've done this, this, and this. And you almost lay out a mini case, and there's no pushback. It's like a secret thing. And nope.
I don't think this grand jury thought that was a felony.
Sure. Well, overreach, right? Overreach, underdelivered. That's not a win. Trump's like, I can't believe it. That sandwich was deadly. What? It was the most deadly sandwich. You see him, was it 3.5 hours last night? His little round table?
No.
He may still be going. It was 3.5 hours. He was around that, there in the cabinet meeting, kind of holding sway. It was an interesting thing. I thought, man, that's a long ass time.
Last night?
Yeah, yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
Tonight.
Well, yeah,
but he was there all day. He might still be there.
And he's had one of those once a month since he got inaugurated.
Yeah, which is every one is one more than Biden ever did.
Yes, it is.
Wait till he finds out he was president. He will be so shocked. Oh, my Lord.
It just blows me away still that, you couldn't get Biden to answer questions most of the time. And when you did, he had them in advance. And every time Trump does a signing for an executive order or what, he's taking questions constantly off the cuff.
Off the cuff, yeah. He's better. He's not good at the plan, and he's not great at reading off the teleprompter.
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
No, he does. He likes to give him the bullet points and let him riff.
Right.
But that's also, there's always a risk there with him because you can't reel him in. You can't reel it because he is.
But nobody can accuse him of being inaccessible.
No. Look, we can talk about the Epstein stuff and some of this stuff, but as far as accessibility, nobody. Because Trump loves it. He loves the fight. For everybody says, oh, it's the horrible. He lives for the media.
Yeah.
He does. He even came out yesterday, did you see? And he congratulated old Taylor and them for getting engaged. Wished them all the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just loves the media. He lives for it.
Well, I love what he said about Cracker Barrel. And I think he's right. He says they should hold a news conference to announce that they're going back. Because it's already, across the world.
Is that confirmed that they're...
Yeah, they're going back. They came out today and said
they're going back to the old man playing checkers or whatever he's doing there.
What's his name, Herschel?
Yeah, Uncle Herschel.
Uncle Herschel's going to be drinking a Bud Light with Dylan Mulvaney on the
Uncle
side
Herschel.
of it.
But he's right.
Yeah.
They should have held a news conference to say, you know what, we went a little bit too far. So we're bringing Uncle Herschel, the old-timer, back. Because Trump said that's like $1 billion worth of advertising right there. Free.
Well, they got $500 million in advertising. The fact that he's even weighing in on it. In between Ukraine and everything, I'm going to try to fix Cracker Barrel. You ever eaten at a Cracker? Never. I don't like crackers.
But I mean, the dude is he's all for it. I mean, he does not shy away from. Now there are questions he doesn't like.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to be challenged.
No.
But I mean, I think everybody's kind of used to that now.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it was a Jackie Heinrich at the Fox. They were giving her a bunch of stuff because he's mad at her because she challenges him. And everybody at Fox is like, that's good. But he doesn't like to be challenged. That being said, he's not afraid to go somewhere and take a question. If Bill Maher invited him on tonight, he'd show up.
I bet you he would.
He would. He would. If Rachel Maddow, for real, he would show up just because he lives for the media.
Well, and that would give him an opportunity to then afterward bash her.
Well, yeah. That's also the other thing. Everything leads to the next thing.
Yes. Bingo.
I only went there so I could see how bad her haircut was, and I was right. In person, it's worse.
She treated me very badly.
And then afterwards, there's a picture of both of them arm in arm together like
smiling.
this.
He's holding thumbs up.
So him.
She's a very nasty woman.
I wonder if when Maher went to the White House and had that meeting with him, if he invited him to come on the show. Because that sounds like a move Maher would make.
Yeah, he probably would. But, it'd be one of those things where it would have to be just him, and he wouldn't come out there. It would be like if he was on the West Coast, happened to be there, can you shoot an episode? It's just going to be, it's not even going to be a crowd. It's just going to be you and I for 30 minutes.
And if anybody hasn't seen the post-dinner monologue that Bill Maher did, it was probably the most gushing endorsement of Trump as a person that you could get out of a liberal.
Yeah. He doesn't like Trump at all. But one thing he did say, as a politician, one thing he did say, though, is that guy he hates war. I can tell you unequivocally, he hates war. That's pretty good. Coming up, who knows what we're going to do? We got a lot of stuff. We got some of your text messages. We'll have an update on the shooting in Minnesota as well. We are going to do One Hit Wonder. We're going to do it later. Let's kind of get through some of these things, and then we'll do a little bit later because I got a good one today. I almost sent Bell some. Said, all right, Bell, here's the 4 you can pick from. Okay? Like the 4.
I would have ignored him.
I know. That's why I didn't do it. So that's why I don't do stuff. That's why I don't do stuff like that, because even if I do the work, it doesn't matter. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Somebody says, all soft targets should have some sort of weapons kind of alert or warning system. No, what needs to happen is crazy people shouldn't get anywhere near weapons themselves. That's the number one thing that should happen there. And if indeed this is the person who did it, had a decent amount of weapons. But there was 3 guns. But how many, the person that's all over the interwebs, and like, Ken and I and Bell, we talk about this all the time. You should never know what's out there because it's a pit of people who want to be retweeted, liked, and plenty of people who have no bother giving them a like or saying something about the story and never really going, is that real or not? So what we do know, though, we've got 2 8 and 10-year-old, horrific, passed away. 14 are injured. 4 went into surgery. And there's also 3 adults that were injured. I don't know how bad they were injured or what took place, but this was a mass. And you have that. You're thinking to yourself, my God, it's like, what in God's name is going on? How did you make that decision today? Because yesterday there was a shooting as well in Minnesota. I think there was 6 people that were hit and 1 person was killed. Similar gun also across the street from a Catholic church. I don't know if they're related, but that would seem odd. This is Mayor Frey.
I'm so deeply saddened and I'm so sorry to the families that I know are suffering right now. My ask is to everyone, stand by them. Love them. These families have forever been changed and we've all been changed with them. We need to do everything possible to support them through this time. We have a family resource center that has been set up. I'm grateful for all of the law enforcement agencies from a number of different jurisdictions, and all the different departmental support that we've received. They're going to be working tirelessly. There's also a family resource center that is being set up as we speak to make sure that we're there for everybody. Again, to the families that are suffering, to those that have experienced loss, I'm so deeply sorry. We're going to be with you every step of the way. We love you. This kind of act of evil should never happen, and it happens far too often. The chief will provide additional details.
Just awful. And it is, you think about this too, right? So these kids, 2 of them were killed. You've got families who are just in despair. And it takes you back to what took place in, everywhere from Columbine to Parkland to what took place in Texas. And they were there by all accounts quick, and it was over. He killed himself. And in this manifesto thing that supposedly is his, he apparently believed he had cancer and that it was past the point where he could fight it because he'd been vaping. I really don't think he probably had cancer. It's just a horrific situation. But evil, mental illness, they prey on the weak. And that's what happened here. Kids were sitting in church. Like, of all the things you could think of today when you dropped your kid off, sitting in church, worried about your child is probably not one of them. And now look at this. And he's right, too much of this happens. And I can't, everybody's like, well, it's the gun's fault. It's not. It's not the gun's fault. Are there too many guns available to people who shouldn't have them? Absolutely. I think anybody would agree at that. But crazy's going to do crazy things. If crazy wanted to build a bomb, probably could do it. If crazy wanted to run a bunch of people over, easily could do it. If that is the goal, is to do this. It's the same question, though, that needs to be asked over and over. Why is your pain everybody else's responsibility? Why is your pain? Why is the pain for you being born everybody's responsibility? Those kids who you've never met, why? Why is it the responsibility of everybody else to make you feel better on your way out? And you've ruined your family's life too. You think your brother's at work today getting that phone call going, you need to come home? Probably not thrilled. If indeed this is the shooter and this is the family and the manifesto. And they're going to have to answer. Do you remember, I was going to ask Ken this because of all the Amish. He's so familiar with them. Remember when the Amish, that guy killed all the Amish? Remember that? Yeah, that was a big deal.
No, when was this?
That was a while ago. And I remember it was on the front page of People, but he went to an Amish community and shot up the Amish. And he's just like, the Amish? You know what they did?
They do.
Exactly. That's what everybody's like. What did we? You know, it's a trip, though. The Amish took care of his wife and kid.
Wow.
Afterwards.
That's forgiveness.
That's forgiveness. That's forgiveness. They wanted to make sure that she had food and clothes and her kid would be able to survive and stuff. Like that's forgiveness right there.
These people that do this I'm just convinced that it's their way of grabbing a piece of immortality on the way out the door by making their names infamous. And they really, when someone does something like this, your name should have the same stigma on it as Hitler.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. You know, Hitler, and oddly enough, Hitler's made this bizarre resurgence over the last few years where, well, maybe he wasn't as bad. No, he was as bad and then some. There was no forgiveness for what he did. That's for God to deal with. But you should, right? Like it should be that we eliminate everything about you so you didn't exist. Outside of the pain that you caused, you never existed. So if you wanted the infamy, if you wanted all of the stuff, if you wanted whatever crap that you thought you wanted and needed to make you feel better, we're going to eliminate that. It like you wipe a paper and gone.
Like instead of getting known, you get erased from society.
Erased from society. Erased from any existence whatsoever. Because for a lot of people, like you said, man, they want that. They want that Columbine experience where people are like the Wikipedia and they're talking about what happened. Everybody's talking about them. I don't use their names. It's just because I don't want to be a part of that.
I totally agree with you not using the names. I don't think they should show the guy's picture. I know there's a certain news value in talking about this.
Well, people need to be informed, but up to the
Right.
point of like maybe the first day, and then after that, it should be nothing.
But these people should not be turned into anti-heroes of any kind, or even they shouldn't even be turned into villains. They should be turned into nothing.
Yeah.
Like you said, they should be wiped from society.
You have to think about of all of the things that for we as human beings, for the most part, we want to exist, and we want to exist as long as we possibly can, and maybe leave a little something behind, and so on. Wiping somebody from society, wiping somebody from everything, is not what these people would ever dream. Does it put something different in their mind? No. Could we ever do that? No, because we have the internet. But that would be, I think, something right there. Wiping from society. Be one of those places like go over to Kim Jong-un. How do you do it? Like, could you remember like ever seeing back when Stalin took over and then there would be pictures of everybody and then one of them would piss him off and that guy would disappear and they would just cut the guy's head out? Like he wouldn't even exist anymore?
0515 said not even a name on their tombstone.
That's right. That's right. Never to be spoken again.
Not even a tombstone.
Not even a tombstone. Do like what they did with Osama.
Yeah.
Just take him somewhere and throw him in the water.
Give him to the fish.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. All right. Regain ourselves here. It's been an hour. You know what we need? White girls. White Girl Wednesday.
As long as she makes us laugh.
I'm going to tell you guys, today we've got some ladies today. We got our girl Kylie, and we got two other ones. Wow.
Oh, by the way, Kylie went to Brown.
She did. If you guys didn't know, she went to Brown.
Yeah.
She went to Brown. She probably got a job in humanities somewhere. She's a teacher in Chicago.
But it's not because she's white.
No. Her being white means nothing.
Right. That's
She's the good
okay.
white one. They'll kill her last during the race war. It's the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. You know what? Every Wednesday, we do One Hit Wonder Wednesday. A lot of you asked me. We are doing it next hour because I think we need to take a respite and get away from this. But we do the work. Ken and I do the work. Bell has chosen not to do the work.
Untrue.
Ever. He's
Untrue.
like, I'm not doing the work.
Lie.
I don't like you guys. The work is not there.
Now you're really lying.
This is not our friend Kylie, but here's the good news. She's 23. This one knows everything, and she thinks all of us are stupid, and she's going to fix the problem.
Ever since I was a little kid, I have had a profound realization that Americans are just stupid. We are dumb. I would have these thoughts when I was in class talking to adults, and I was like, why are people so dumb? I still have this opinion now, and I'm 23 years old. I talk to people my age, they're dumb. I talk to older people, they're dumb. People in America are just stupid. I want to help raise the intellectual ability of every American here. I want to educate everybody. But it's like, I need political power or something. Like, put me in, chief. Like, I will be the president of the United States or some shit. I don't even believe in hierarchy. I need us to, like, re-evaluate the system of education. And it's not about the woke. It's not about any of that. Like, it's about just, like, not being dumb. Like, everyone is so dumb.
She's 23.
Well, don't worry. She's going to be president. Look, I don't want to be president very long. I just need to fix this, and then I'm going to leave.
Yeah. Make me this.
Make me. That
If
is.
you just listen to me, everything would be fixed.
Listen. You're all dumb. You know what's funny, though?
I bet your parents are proud.
You know, there are some people that applies to, but not everybody. And you're 23. Do you even know how you become president? Are you on a way? It's not just make me it. Hey guys, make me it. Make me it.
Oh.
You have to be 35. You're stupid.
I like how she said, I'm 23. When I was younger.
Last week.
That always makes me, when you see these people that are like 19 and 20 who are like stars, and like, I've had this dream since I was a kid. You're like, you're 4. When I was a zygote, I was dreaming of winning a Grammy.
I don't know. Make me president or something.
Or something.
Or something. What's the or something? You know what? You sound a lot like Hillary. Dude, Hillary was like, make me president or something, Bill. Fine, you're in charge of Clinton care, whatever. What was it? Hillary care.
Why don't you just go off on another trip?
That's right.
I got business.
Hey, they still bring interns in here?
I mean, room service.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, the humility of her. She was spectacular. The humility of her. That was humility right there. I'm 23. I know everything. Make me president. I don't like hierarchy, but I'll do it. Thanks for the sacrifice. I appreciate that. Oh, white women.
You just need to be hip to my personal wisdom and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Are people tearing her up in the comments?
Oh, God, yeah. She's a late bloomer. I was 18 when I thought everybody else was stupid. I think her meth is kicking in. The humility of that young lady is admirable.
Sending hate from Australia.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say, I think I thought everyone was stupid by the age 13. That's when.
Yeah, but I never thought they were stupid in things that I didn't know about.
Right, exactly.
Things I knew about, like baseball cards and riding my bike.
Right.
You're stupid. You don't get it. I never thought geopolitically I was really on the ball at like 10.
Darren next door won't play football with me, Mom. He's stupid.
There you go. And you know what? Darren was stupid. So stupid. I knew that guy. He was an idiot. Should have wore a helmet. Sad.
He was pretty good at Monopoly, though.
Oh,
man,
you got to watch him.
my
He's a
ass
cheater.
at Monopoly.
He's a cheater. I played Uno with him once. I was like, dude, that's not how you play Uno. Put your pants on. Coming up, hour number 2 of the program, Chad Benson Show, Super Talks 99.7.